Peace, peace, peace. You know, peace to the earth and her sun. You know, it's Tuesday, third day of the week under the Gregorian calendar. You know, I'm just gonna want to just go over some things about last night's Moorish movie Moday. All right, which we do on the second day of the week, Monday, at Lighthouse, 521 Northwest 42nd Street, Miami, Florida, within the corporate jurisdiction, only in the corporate jurisdiction if you need to put a zip code, 33127, caught in the planes overhead, you know, violating the airspace, indigenous stuff, you know, we'll talk about that another time. I got my shirt off, I'm just getting a little sun, don't mind that, you know, like this is not to be enticing or anything like that. This is just, this is health, okay? So this is just what I do. Other people take other forms of medicine. I'm taking in my vitamin D, straight from the source, okay? So last night, we, January 25th, 2015, 7 people were present, all right? And our group is growing every week, you know. We're staying steady at 5 on a weekly basis. 2 other people joined us last night, 2 newcomers, I should say, into this new fold that we're creating. This is a think tank, okay? 7 p.m. we began with Frederick Douglass and his mission to Haiti. He was present there 1889 to 1891. He was the minister, resident, and consul general to Haiti and the charge d'affaires for Santo Domingo, in which case he was prided as the leader of his abolitionist movement after his race had been emancipated. Okay, so some of these words that I'm emphasizing, you may want to go ahead and rewind this video, break out your dictionary, look up some of these words. Class has already been in session, alright? If you don't know how to use the dictionary, before you even read any definition of any word, look at whether or not it's a verb, an adjective, an adverb, or a noun, okay? Verbs are actions. Adjectives are descriptions. Adverbs are descriptions of actions, and nouns are person, places, or things, okay? So now that you understand that, moving right along. Just to talk a little bit about Douglass, we compared Frederick Douglass with Haiti's revolution and independence from France in 1804. It's interesting to note that the flag and the coat of arms colors blue, denoting the sky, and red, denoting a certain nativity, all right, or nationality. Also has a fez, which is also a national headdress, okay, which embodies both colors, all right. So that's colors and coat of arms, all right. Those things you may want to look into further as far as nationality goes. In which case, moving along, Haiti primarily traded with America, which acquired the Louisiana Purchase shortly after Haiti's revolt. Thank you, Haiti. Merci, Haiti. Haiti. Aïe Bobo. The Monroe Doctrine regards domination over American continents and adjoining islands, and it was established in 1823. The Monroe Doctrine basically states that any attempts of European colonization in the states of North or South America would be seen as acts of aggression requiring the U.S. intervention while staying out of the affairs of any previous European colony, namely that of what is now considered Latin America, okay, and under the standing rulership of Spain and Portugal at that time, okay. So Latin America, Latin, okay, Latino, we'll get into that later on. It was stated by President James Monroe in his State of the Union address in 1850, all right, which was 27 years after its original issuance, and was used for nearly a century to prevent European battlefront, what would become a European battle frontier for the old world or the Europeans in the new world, these Americas, okay? Now, if you're not familiar with old world and new world, and how we now view old world and new world, that's a history lesson that you're going to need to look into for yourself, okay? Moving right along. got some messengers coming, cleaning out the space. All right. It was used for nearly a century to prevent European. Okay, these policies were supported by quite a few people, namely Franklin Delano Roosevelt. All right. You're gonna want to study him at a later date and time, or come and check us out on Friday. All right, 7 p.m. same place, same time. In which case, he also stated in a certain text that Haiti agreed to these conditions. He states later on in something that I'm gonna bring to your attention, how Haiti actually had like a wealth of resources that were of great importance to the United States at that time. Okay, most Haitian people, or the people that now identify as Haitian, know about these things because Haitians, they pride themselves on their history. Okay, it's a beautiful thing. History lets you know where you're from. History tells you your history, not his history. Your history tells you what your inheritance is. Okay, moving right along. Delano Roosevelt stated that it was determined that the sheer size of the island of Hispaniola measured that of the combined states of Delaware, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New Hampshire, and Rhode Island. All right, so that's a pretty large landmass. I'm getting longer in time, so I need to move right along. 7:30, we began to film The Spook Who Sat by the Door. This is important because it was based on a 1969 novel entitled The Same by Sam Greenlee, which depicts the civil rights struggle of the 60s and focuses on the ideas of black militancy. Okay? Political science. You're going to want to look at that. You know what it means to be black under the codes of slavery. All right, and of what was never ratified or accepted as the 14th Amendment. More political science lessons. Civics, my friends. And I wrote things down so that way I would stay on task. I'm gonna have to come back with part 2.